Back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on S3, and let me introduce you to somebody phenomenal. Now, we're talking about somebody with clients like Clover, Nedbank, and people opposing women abuse on their books. South African advertising firm Joe Public United is an industry-leading business that is majority black-owned.
Oh, they do fantastic work. Its founding partner and Group Chief Creative Officer, Pepe Marais, believes that businesses can only be successful if they are led by purpose. It's an important mantra for him and are treated as beings in their own right. Now, Pepe joins us now via a video call. We're very excited to chat to him this morning to share some tips on how businesses of all sizes can overcome the tough COVID-19 economic period with purpose. I love it. Mr. Marais, good morning. Thank you so much for making the time.
Thanks, Tabisa. Morning, Carl. How's it?
So good. And also such a pertinent topic, because I think, you know, when you talk about purpose, it's always in motivational speeches. However, when you apply it to business, I think this could elevate anybody's cause. So let's start off with, why do you believe that businesses need a higher purpose to drive their strategies?
Yeah, there's been talk about business purpose for 11, 12 years now. I'm actually studying it. There's so much talk, and there's a lot of businesses that's actually purpose-led.
Yeah.
But it's still a very small, minuscule amount. And I think, you know, we all know that there's this world where there's a minority that's really thriving, and then the majority are left just to survive and barely survive. So it's that conundrum between the strive to make money and the objective to actually serve more than just your shareholders.
And it's a big conversation, one that needs the spotlight, especially today, where people really do connect to things that speak to them and things that share same purpose. But what influence has the year 2020, and I suppose the continuing lockdowns as we're seeing in 2021, had on purpose in business? Has it shifted anything in that space at all?
No, I haven't really seen that shift, but I think there is going to be a shift. You know, there's a lot of consciousness happening around a lot of issues in the world brought about by COVID-19. And I think, you know, what's maybe happening is there's a lot of talk of purpose and there's not a lot of walking of purpose. And I think that's what's starting to happen. I can speak for ourselves. You know, we've been talking purpose for a decade and maybe not living it as much as we should be. And in the last 18 months, we definitely have had an internal shift to become really actively living our purpose daily. So I think there's intention and then there's action. So there's been a lot of intent, and hopefully there's a shift more towards action.
I think what COVID-19 has done is it's stripped down humanity. And I think while we were chasing the big buck, I think we forgot about actually human interaction and what we can do through business to actually elevate. And one business that is at the forefront is, of course, Joe Public United, a highly respected advertising firm. And I'd like to ask you, Pepe, like, how have you personally driven purpose in your business methodology?
Yeah. So it depends on your belief of what exactly purpose is. Of course, it's a statement, and there's been a lot of confusion between mission statement and your vision. Business schools teach that business starts with vision, you know, and I've learned over the past 14 years, the foundation of everything, personal life or business life, is purpose. You know, that's the starting point. So I suppose it started with defining Joe Public United's purpose in 2010. Which started with one word, growth, and then unpacking the meaning. So our purpose is to be the fertile soil that grows our people, our clients, and our country. And once we had that as a strategy, we started implementing it into the fabric of the business, which is quite a task with a growing concern. So to keep it on point means advocating it loudly and broadly daily. And living up to it and delivering to it. And that's why I'm saying COVID is actually allowing us to take a step up. And I really believe this notion of being focused on purpose beyond product and profit is what's kept us in good stead in this very tough time.
The chat on purpose and how that can grow businesses, but can also grow people and grow the values of every business so that they're anchored by purpose. Well, Mr. Pepe Marais is going absolutely nowhere. We're going to have another chat with him, continuing this focus on purpose. And if you want to learn more tips on how purpose can be the difference between business failure and success, then be sure to keep it locked to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, as Pepe will be back in just a moment to tell us more about it.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Well, Welcome back to it, you gorgeous people. Yes, it is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. We're live here on S3 on this beautiful Thursday morning. We're back chatting on video call with the founding partner and the group chief creative officer. He's both at this company, at leading advertising agency, Joe Public United. His name is Pepe Marais. He continues to give us tips on purpose and how purpose should be the key in driving businesses forward if they are hoping to survive COVID-19. Mr. Marais.
Welcome back.
Just I was watching you eat that bagel.
Oh, man. I'm still licking my lips and purposefully, yes, getting into that bagel. I loved it. Thank you. And we'll send you the recipe.
But maybe that's a good analogy. You know, often companies have always been trying to bite at the sweet bagel and not think about the people around them, as well as the people within the communities in which that company's businesses or office is situated. So I think maybe let's look at a global scale. I mean, how can we see that businesses are prioritizing purpose over profit when we analyze what's actually happening on a global scale?
So, you know, it's interesting. That's why I'm saying it's still a small percentage, because there's 44,000 roughly listed entities. Those are the listed ones, not even all the others that are not listed. And of those 44,000, I mean, when I look around, I try and read up on it, I find like 20 or 30 that are truly purpose-driven, you know, like the Patagonias or Whole Foods in America. But the ones that are purpose-driven, and there's a beautiful book on it. There's actually two books on it, Firms of Endearment, and another book is called, I think, Conscious Capitalism. And when you look at those companies, they are outperforming the Fortune 500. So purpose is profitable. And I've experienced that in my own personal endeavors as well. The more we are in service of our people and our clients and even our country, you know, at a micro level, the more profitable we become as a business. And as soon as we shift that focus to try and make money, our profits decline. So I've tracked this, and I know this to be a fact, and there's mega evidence on that. So purpose is more profitable, but to get people to buy that, you know, even when you show the evidence and the logic, is quite difficult, because I suppose we're in this habit of believing that we're in business to make money.
And I suppose one can argue that, yes, we are in the business of making money if you are in business. But when you then start to tap into purpose, you then are able to be more than just about the money. I mean, we're seeing it with brands like Expresso that we work with on the show here, who really then start to make far more sense in the communities that they work in. And this brings me to my next question. Do businesses that place environmental, you know, social and governance issues at the center of their focus, do they typically tend to perform better than those that focus solely on profit? In your experience of the ones that you mentioned that have already started making that shift?
Yes, they do. So the whole triple bottom line also been around for probably a decade, if not more. I don't know exactly when that methodology came to the fore. You know, people, profit, and planet. So really looking after the sustainability of the planet. Those businesses that really and truly embrace it, and there's now even another shift. So you know, COVID is bringing around huge consciousness, because we have to be concerned about our children now, you know, and their futures. So there is a shift, and those businesses are factually proven to be more profitable. So when they design processes to, let's say, save water in the production, they find they become more profitable. So there's an incentive to also be more sustainable. But I want to very quickly pick up on what you said, this notion, because you said it, you know, I suppose business is in business to make money. Yeah. It's not true. You know, if you speak to any entrepreneur, mostly the ones who are successful, they will tell you they did not start their businesses to make money. And I think Phil Knight says it the most beautifully in his book, Shoe Dog. And I don't think a lot of people that read the book reads that part to what it means. But he says, we all know that blood must flow through our veins in order to stay alive. You know, that blood must flow through your body. If it doesn't flow, you die. But if you ask me, why do I exist? I don't say to make blood. So money is the lifeblood of business. It's the lifeblood of business. We know that. Without it, your business will die. But you don't wake up in the morning thinking you must make blood. And it is such an unnatural phenomenon to think that you get up in the morning to make money. You get up in the morning to make an awesome product, to serve your clients, the people that work in your organization. And if you do that with all your heart, you make a crap load of money. So it's as simple as that in my book, but I suppose to really get that is going to take a while.
Pepe, thank you so much for your pearls of wisdom. And I think what is quite key here, and I think the main narrative is that, you know, when you do your thing for your community, it has to be with conviction. You can't do it to tap into a CSI budget. You have to do it to make sure that whatever the processes are and whatever your solution is in creating a product, is that it's also serving the community around you as well as whatever you believe your purpose is. So I think business owners can take a massive page out of your book. Thanks a lot for joining us, Pepe.
Awesome, guys. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
I love your denim outfit. I love that.
I knew you'd comment on it.
That your purpose for me has been inspiring me through that look.
Brilliant. I got my little badge.
There we go. And the blushes all around. Now, businesses should actually find their purpose. I think that's the key over here. And let that be the driving force behind every single thing that you do. Just listen to Pepe's advice, of course. And the first step is to look within and treat the business like a being as opposed to anything else that will lead you to profit, rather lead you to a solution and, of course, prosperity, which is the whole idea with purpose. Thanks a lot to Pepe Marais for joining us. Over to Jamie Lee. She's standing by. And she even just looks in her face purposeful. Take a look.